I never knew this about Ctrl Shift Arrow, and I'm wondering, did you? I am a massive fan of the keyboard shortcut Ctrl Shift Down, Ctrl Shift Right. So starting here in A2, Ctrl Shift Down selects to the bottom of the data, Ctrl Shift Right selects to the right edge of the data. And I don't do that as two separate keystrokes. I hold down Ctrl Shift, press down, press right, let go of Control and Shift. I've done it a million times. So the other day, on that massive 40-minute video, somewhere in the middle, I pressed Ctrl Shift Down Right, and instead of selecting the column M, I selected all the way out to column XFD. Someone who watched the video laughed at me for doing Ctrl Shift Down and then Shift Right, boom, 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 right. That was the only thing I could figure. Why is this working a million times previously and not working now? Here is a big clue. Take a look at this one. I press Ctrl Shift Down, and I press Ctrl Shift Right. Oh, it only goes to E. All right. Here's the thing. When I press Ctrl Shift Down, I'm looking down there at A28. I've selected down to A28, and I think that the Ctrl Shift Right is going to work from A28, the place where I just went. But it doesn't. It works from the active cell. The active cell here in a different color is where that Ctrl Shift Right is going to work from. So Ctrl Shift Right only goes out that far. And back here, when we press Ctrl Shift Down, the active cell is A1. Everything to the right of it is blank, so Ctrl Shift Right selects out to the end. Huh, okay. I never realized this, and maybe, I don't know, I want to know right now down in the YouTube comments, did you know this? Did you know that Ctrl Shift, any arrow is acting from the active cell? And so here's what that means. That means that we could potentially do this. Ctrl Shift Down, let go of Control and Shift, press Enter. Now that moves the active cell to A2, Ctrl Shift Right, and I've selected the data to the right. And then that got me thinking, all right, is this a thing? Let's say that I have column M out here. This is very sparse, and I want to select down to the bottom of M. Control Shift Down, of course, is not going to work. But I could start in M and Shift plus left. That selects November and December. Tab moves left and right. So now I'm in November. Control Shift Down gets me to the bottom. Tab moves Control back to December, and then from here, Shift Right removes November. Like, it would take me a few weeks of this, probably printing this out on a little sticky note to get all of the steps. Like somewhere around step 6 or 5, I'm going to get confused every time. But then here's the question. One time I was on the podcast from the dean of the business school up at University of Central Florida, and he always finished each podcast with, is this a thing? All right, so is it a thing? Because we already have select M1, press F5, type M27, and that assumes I know where it finishes. Hold down the Shift key when I click OK, and that selects that very sparse column as well. I don't know, would anyone ever abandon this for this? I mean, maybe. If we had 10,000 rows and we can't see where the last row is, maybe this is better. Again, let me know down in the YouTube comment. Well, hey, I want to thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another netcast from Mr. Excel.